Really appreciate all the patience while we get our new studio knocked up. As you can see, I've got my green screen back because we're actually in our actual real studio. However, my green screen is not. I have to tweak the characteristics of my chroma key for my brand new screen. So we're gonna have to spend a little time tweaking that. So you're just gonna have to deal with me being in front of a green screen, which is better than just seeing the back of my office. So as you can see here, we're at the options screen, and the reason for that is we just found out that next week, next Monday, we're going to get a new update, and I'm going to do a fresh start then. So don't get too attached to this playthrough, but we're going to do a new start until we do the new start next week, if that makes sense. Because as much as I enjoy just playing against the clans, I feel like it was getting a little repetitive. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a fresh start here. So in the past, I've been hesitant to do the setup of a fresh start on camera, but some people asked for it. So in this case, I'm doing friendly for my settings, friendly fire all, starting planet Urano, mech parts for assembly 4. Historically, I've done 5. But there's so many mech types that I'm lowering it down to 4, and we'll see how that does. Mech recovery chance 70%. Contract payments generous. Salvage generous because that's more fun for the streams. Commander experience points we're starting at 10. Advanced warriors normal. Pilots per system I do 10 just so you have a wide option of pilots that you can hire. I find that works well. Mech Warrior Progression normal, Mech Warrior Exponent normal, Mech Warrior Multiplier normal, Lethality is half, Ronin Prevalence 50%, starting money we're going with 1.25 million C-bills, Mech Bay Bills cheap, selling price 15%, scrap return values 25% because I think that anything less than that is still way too cheap. I think it should be more historically. Mech maintenance is normal. Thank you for the follow, Corky Bob. We appreciate the follow. All right, so let's start the game. Again, this is going to be a short, fresh start. So don't get attached to this fresh start because we're going to start fresh because next week, when the updated version of this mod comes out, things are going to change pretty significantly. There's going to be battle armor. There's going to be a change to the gunnery system. And there's going to be an improvement to the mechs overheating, the enemy AI overheating. So those are all good things. So we're going to start out with a fresh start to recognize that. So we're just waiting for the options to load up here. Again, I usually don't do this on camera, but I've actually had some people say, hey, next time you do a fresh start, we'll do this on camera. So just to be clear, next Monday, or actually next Tuesday morning, because the update comes out on Monday, we'll probably do this process again. I'm probably going to make it a big event so that everybody has the option to get involved with the choice of the settings if they so choose. So hopefully this isn't going to take too long to load up. Would like to get a mission or two in here after the setup. As you know, the setup of a first game does take a little while. But I'm going to show you some things that I do when I start a brand new start, and hopefully that will be useful to you. Now, since we're starting out as a Rano, I usually don't start out there, but I thought it would be fun to start out in the periphery, so it would be a little bit more challenging. So we're going to get kind of the mechs that you would normally get when starting a fresh campaign mode. All right, here comes our portraits. I know a lot of people have a lot of fun with their portraits. I never pick anything that's too particularly crazy. That's just how I roll. Alright, so we'll say we're from the Federated Sons. I like the Bounty Hunter start just because it's different than Gladiator, and you get +2, +1 gunnery, and +1 guts. Okay, you can start with your life savings. I like to start with you get a faster drive and +2 up engine drop ship. You get a faster drive and you get +2 tech points. Bonus light mech, no. Okay. Pioneering comrades. When you're deploying the field, you have the best mech warriors watching your back. Gain BTA crew. Yeah, we're going to do that. So we're going to gain BTA crew. So that gives us really good mech warriors to start. That's worth a lot. So we're going to do +4 gunnery. Okay, we're going to edit name and appearance. So I'm going to be a he.
Right here. Yes, Commander. What can I do for you, Commander? Orders. Reading you. Reading loud and standing by. What's up, boss? Orders. Ready for orders. Waiting for orders.
Yes, Commander. Confirm. What can I do for you? Receiving you. Yes, Commander. I'm here. I await your command. Aye, aye. How's it going? Ready.
So many choices for
Yes, Commander. I've got your back.
Go with the AI for now. Let's just pick a pilot. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because, again, looks like we have some new photos. It's been a while since I've done a fresh start. Looks like we have at least a couple new options here. I'm just going to pick this guy. And let's do a random. Rat Party, Aristotle, Pinto, Osprey, Berserk, Focus. How about Mando? Let's just go with Mando. I wish there was like a Mandalorian helmet guy. That would be kind of cool. That's kind of close. Yeah. All right, so this will be kind of our. So Mando, we're gonna have a guy who never takes off his helmet, and you'll understand. The reference, if you understand the reference, if you know what I mean. So we'll have Mando as our call sign, and pronoun is going to be he. We're going to have the AI voice. All right, I like that. All right, here we go. All right, let's see what we have to work with. We're not going to do any re-rolls, especially since this is a short playthrough. So let's see what we got to work with here. In the mech bay is always the most important. Oh, we got some bonus rewards. All right, we got some... I know they added this. It's been a while since I've done a fresh start. So they added this stuff in as a bonus reward, just to give you some stuff to play with when you first start your missions. All right, so we got a griffin. Got a cicada. We got a locust. We got a fire bee. But we do have a Kintaro. So the Kintaro is straight up. That's going to be my primary baby right there, because the Kintaro is a great starting mech. So we got some meh here. We got a Kintaro, a Griffin. All right, so let's take a look at these mechs real quick. Again, this is stuff I do with every restart. Usually I do this stuff off camera, but there's interest in seeing me do it, so I'm going to do it. So this is the Kintaro K19. So this is actually a really solid mech to start out with. I am going to tweak this, but we're not going to want to tweak it on camera before we travel. So we're going to go, so we got SRM-6s, 2 medium lasers, an arc launcher. We're going to really revamp this mech, but we'll do that off camera. So we will do that off camera. Just fixing my audio here. There we go. All right, so let's confirm. Let's stick with that. We're not going to make any changes, so we'll just click back. The reason I do this is early in the game, one of the things you can do without taking a lot of time is take off jump jets and replace them with armor. So that's what we're going to do here. Some people think I'm crazy for taking jump jets off, but you know, this is my preferred method. So we'll max out the armor here, which takes no time, and suddenly we have a much more durable mech there for the Griffin. We also have more room that we're going to put into weapons pods, but again later, after we do our first travel. All right, so we got the Cicada 2A. This is just not a good cicada. I mean, there aren't very many good cicadas, but this is not one of them. But we can use it as a scout. So there's nothing we're going to make. No major changes we're going to do there. Hopefully, actually the cicada is probably going to be one of the first mechs that I try to get rid of. All right, now the fire bee here actually benefits from the jump jets. So this is an SRM2 build with a large laser. So the fire bee here actually is better off with its jump jet. So we're going to leave that alone. There are some tweaks we're going to make, but again, that will be after we jump. All right, next up we have the small laser light locust. These mechs are definitely brutal. It might be even more brutal when we do our playthrough, because I might be starting with battle armor only. We're going to see how that goes. All right, so Kintaro, Griffin, Cicada, Firebee, and Locust. So this is this is what we're starting out with as far as thank you everybody for joining us. We're doing a fresh start here on BattleTech Advanced. It's only a short-term fresh start because we're going to do another fresh start a week from today as we have an update that's expected to drop on Monday. All right, so let's look at our pilots. See what we have to work with. We actually gave up a lot to get good pilots here. So let's see what we have here. So we have my commander, who's Mando, here. And let's give him his... So we can do Battlelord or multi-target. I actually prefer multi-target. Let's up your gunnery just a bit. And your guts. Bulwark. Alright, that's a good starting commander, I would say. Confirm. Very solid commander. Alright, we have Ether here, who is a very solid pilot. We have Archangel. Archangel has really solid guts. So Archangel is actually a really solid start for us. Alright, we have our sensor locker. We have Bloody Doves, who's joining us, who's the main developer for this game. Thank you. I'm glad we have him because he's a very solid starting pilot. We have Face and Mando. Now we have 2 open slots. So one of the first things I always do is I like to go... Oof, look at that junky Argo. Not to the store. Have you not played this game? Alright, hiring hall. So in my experience, it's really good to invest in good pilots early if you can find them. In this case, none of these pilots that'll work for us are any better than what we have. Are no better than what we have. So we're just going to skip that step. Alright, let's get our engineer working on power systems. It's a good general option for starting out because it's going to give you more options down the road. Alright, so let's look at navigation. See where we are in the BattleTech universe. Okay, as you can see, we're in House Arano. We're in a 1.5 skull planet. It's probably good of a start as any. That's a little tough given what we're up against here, but I think we can start out with 1.5 skull and be fairly successful. Alright, so let's find ourselves a mission. Alright, so we've got a letter marquee, which is a battle. Clean out the marks, which is a good opportunity for salvage. Stubborn surrender. There's actually some good opportunities for salvage here. So this isn't a horrible planet to start out. Let's start out with the letter marquee here. Alright. Alright, so our Kentaro is going to be our brawler. There's no question about that. So the best mech for our brawling would definitely be best pilot will be Archangel here. Alright, then we have our Griffin. Not in love with the Griffin, but we'll actually put our player character in the Griffin. We need some accuracy on his weapons. Next up, ooh, this is where choices get bad. I mean, I guess we're going to take everybody, right? So, alright, we'll take the Firebee. We'll take the Cicada. And we'll take the Locust. This is rough. Alright, so let's try to find the best pilots for these mechs. I guess I could put Bloody Doves in the Firebee. Hopefully he won't die. Now Scrubs has Tactical 9. So we're going to put Scrubs in the Locust. He's really just going to be running around doing sensor locks. Okay, we have Tainted Loki. We're going to put T-Bone in the Cicada because he is a hard target here, a phantom. And we need the Cicada to be evasive because it's squishy as all hell. Alright, so there we go. So there's our starting lance for our fresh start. Okay, I like that start. And let's deploy. It's always fun to do a fresh start. I want to thank everybody for joining in. Also want to remind everybody that we want to make this an interactive experience. So make some noise in the chat room. Join us. Ask questions. Say hello. Anything you want to do is fair game in the chat room. Next up, we have our giveaway. So we're actually about to do a giveaway. So basically, if you follow our channel, you're entered into our Funko Pop giveaway. If you don't know what Funko Pops are, they're kind of highly detailed bobbleheads. If you look up Funko Pops on Amazon, you'll find that there are literally thousands of Funko Pops. If it's on Amazon and it's less than $20, you can pick the Funko Pop that you want, and I will send it directly through Amazon to you. You can also say, for example, hey, I really like Halo. Can you find me a cool Halo Pop? And I will find you a cool Halo Pop. Or you could say, hey, I really like The Mandalorian. Can you find me something from The Mandalorian? And I will do that. So that is kind of how our giveaway works. All right, here we go. Begin mission. This is going to be a big wake-up call for us because we've been dealing with clan technology for the last 2 weeks. So doing a fresh start means you have to get back to the basics of the game, which is speed, evasion, maneuver, and tactics. All right, so we're starting out with a group of enemy. All right, so we have enemy units, enemy reinforcements, and a support lance. This is kind of a brutal first mission for us, but all right, let's get into it. So, all right, so we have our Locust. The one good thing about the Locust is it's got its speed, right? So let's get behind this enemy force. Now, normally I would sensor lock with my scout. But in this case, when we have a shot to hit the enemy in the back, we're going to take advantage of that. So we want to hit these guys in the back. So it's all going to come down to hit percent chance, really. They're all pretty much equal. I don't really want a javelin for salvage, so let's start out with the javelin here. Alright, nice hits on the javelin to get things started. Taking down enemies with these mechs is going to be a lot more than what I'm used to. The fact that right off the bat we've got 12 enemies is a little brutal. But we'll do what we can here. Alright, so let's move up to Firebee next. And we're going to do Battle Lord here. Okay, that gives just a slightly higher hit percent chance. He is a problem here, so we won't shoot our large laser, we'll just shoot all of our SRMs. Alright, we got a couple of hits in there. Not too exciting. Everybody who's joining us, we're doing a fresh start here on BattleTech Advanced. It's just an intermediate fresh start because we just found out that the new update, which is highly anticipated, is coming out a week from today. So I wanted to spend a week just getting used to playing the earlier version of the game. You know, the where we're dealing with lights and mediums. Because when we do our real fresh start a week from today, we're going to be in practice as far as best practices for the game. Because as I said before, when you do a fresh start, you really have to get back to the basics of strategy and evasion. All right. All right, so speaking of that, can we... So we have a cicada here. So let's try to make the most of the cicada. The cicada is fast, and that's about it. That's the only thing I can say about a cicada. So we're going to sprint at 6. Get behind the enemy. And we're going to try to backstab this Nighthawk. Hit percentages are low. We actually hit on 2 shots there, though. Actually see a really good hit. We hit the gyro on the Nighthawk. That's going to impact his accuracy and make him more prone to knockdowns. Now we're outnumbered 12-5. So we need to emphasize the fact that we want all of our mechs to be evasive every single round, because we are going to be outnumbered and outgunned quickly. We also don't want to move too much towards the other enemy forces until we finish off this enemy force. Now our one heavy hitter that we have is our Kentaro. So let's actually try to get a side shot here on this Nighthawk, because we're very close to getting knocked down on him, which is a very nice start here. So let's hit the Nighthawk with our Kentaro. Alright, then we'll push up with our Griffin here. Now he doesn't have the... We can get a side shot. That's probably the best we're going to do with our Griffin here. Now it's our player character, so we actually have a decent hit percent chance. But, you know, we're relatively new pilots, and I don't have any tags yet. So it's going to be a lot of spray and pray right now. Alright, so here we go. So I could keep targeting these guys and go for rear shots. Or we can kind of gang up on this Nighthawk while we have the opportunity, which also keeps us away from the other enemy forces. We want to be thinking, where's the enemy force that's coming up, because we're going to be outnumbered really quickly if we let ourselves get surrounded. So you have to make a lot of tactical and strategic decisions all at the same time with this game, which is one of the reasons I love it so much. All right, so when you have an enemy isolated, take the opportunity to take that enemy out as quickly as possible. So that's what we're trying to do with the Nighthawk here. You know, I do like the salvage potential on the Nighthawk here, but you know, if you have an opportunity to take an enemy out on the battlefield, you don't worry about salvage, right? That's kind of a secondary concern. It should be getting the enemy off the field is always should be job number 1. Right, so the Nighthawk lost his Guardian ECM, so he'll be easier to hit now because he lost that component. All right, now we have to weather the storm of the enemy's turns. So let's see what the Javelin does. What? The Cicada was supposed to stay all right, so we lost some structure on... Doesn't look like we lost much. See, the enemy's taking the opportunity to hit us in the back because we're... Oof. See, oh, come on. We lost the locust that quickly. That's bogus. That's a bogus round there. I'm not buying that one. That was a really raw deal on our dice roll there.
Ready for order.
Alright, so this really emphasizes the fact that we need to stay away from the second enemy force that's coming in. Alright, so we got our cicada. I mean, the only thing the cicada's got going for it is evasion. So we're going to maximize the evasion, and we're going to hit the enemy in the rear here. Rinse and repeat. Now, as you can see, our ability to hit him is infinitely higher, and we got a nice kill there because we took out his Guardian ECM. All right, we got 3 salvageable parts. That's actually a pretty solid mech for us to get 3 parts out of. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, what to work on next? So again, we want to balance. We'll go for a rear shot on this Jenner. We want to balance the fact that we want to maximize salvage, but we also have the realities of being significantly outgunned here. So let's maximize our weapons. The numbers say not to use the SRM6s. Alright, we'll just use the medium lasers here, and we missed. So much for numbers, folks. So much for numbers.
Being flanked.
Hey, iCypher. We're doing a fresh start here. I don't know if you heard the news yesterday, but they announced that we're getting a brand new significant update for this mod a week from last Monday. So a week from yesterday, we're getting a brand new update. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a fresh start. It's like a practice fresh start. So I get more in tune with the essence of the starting game, which is significantly different than when we were just fighting the clans. So I'm doing a fresh start to practice for my fresh start, if that makes sense. As far as light mechs, I mean, that's tough. I mean, if you're talking about the base game, my favorite mechs are definitely the Firestarter, which should not be a surprise. And also, then we have the fact that we have the Jenner, which I actually think the Jenner is a very solid starting mech. It has a lot of positives to it. You know, I'm more inclined to talk about what I don't like in light mechs. So I don't like the Jenner. I don't like the Flea. I don't like the Javelin. Those are the type of... I'm more inclined to talk about what I don't like versus what I like. Alright, let's do a jump in here on the Jenner with our Fire Bee. Get into the rear arc and stay evasive. And we're just going to be able to do SRM2s here. Yeah, I mean, the Firestarter is the type of mech, a light mech that can easily brawl, and it can fight way above its tonnage. So I certainly have an affinity for the... Oh man, structure exposed already. We're up against a significant number of enemies here, so this is a bit of a challenge. Oh! Alright, the Jenner had an SRM explosion. That's good. We already lost one. I had 5 mechs, but I lost my Locust, which I'm not too sad about, to a lucky dice roll. It got a head hit, I think. So we might have lost a pilot right off the bat. We'll see what happens here. That fire bee's... We're going to have to protect that fire bee for the rest of the start here. Yeah, I mean, the good thing about a Jenner is if you take out the jump jets and you maximize the armor, then you have 4 medium lasers and a very solid armor profile, which is not a bad combination at all. What to do? I know this is the right move, but I know that the cicada is so squishy that I might end up paying the price. Let's see what happens here. Gonna keep going after this Jenner. Good hit there. Another ammo explosion. So yeah, so we're doing a fresh start to practice for the real fresh start, which will be a week from today. iCypher. So a week from today, we're going to do a full stream fresh start, which means if you come for the start of the stream, which will be 9 a.m. Eastern time, you can help, if you're interested, choose the characteristics for the gameplay. Within reason. I'm not going to let you set me up for failure, don't get me wrong, but heat is a problem on this Kentaro build. We're going to have to work around with that. Alright, so the percentages tell me to go with a 1 SRM6 on this Jenner. Maybe that'll be enough to finish it off. No, not quite enough. I was very fortunate to start out with a Kentaro, but then it also gave me some other not so good mechs, including the Cicada and the Locust to start out. But we'll make the best of the start that we have here. We also have significant enemy forces coming in reinforcement, so we can't be too aggressive about how we proceed. We're also on a very hot planet. Alright, we took out a leg. That's good. And we're going to get knocked down. So maybe we could take out this Jenner quickly while it's down. And try to maximize salvage. So we still have a large enemy force here that we're dealing with. So can we get the fire bee in here? Let's see if we could take out that last leg. That would be nice. And get a quicker kill on this Jenner. No, the leg is still at full strength here. Alright, let's do the large laser. And of course we hit everything except for that leg. Yeah. Oh, pilot incapacitated. Nice. 3 salvageable parts. I will take that. Alright. So the Javelin's going to retreat. Keep picking on my fire bee. My fire bee is pretty beat up already. So we're going to have to manage that fire bee because we already lost a Locust. This could be some... This is definitely a rough start given the mechs that I have and the fact that they started me out with... Oh, geez. Alright, this is just a bad dice roll. This is just a bad dice roll. I don't do this too often. But we're going to do a restart here. The reason I'm doing that is because now I'm basically down 2 mechs and then I have 12 more enemies. They threw way too many enemies at me at that first mission. So I don't do this very often. Those of you that watch my streams know that I don't do this very often. But for streaming purposes, it does not do me any good to have a horrible first start. It's just not good. So I think we had a really bad dice roll there. First of all, they sent 12 enemies against our 5, and I really have garbage mechs, so that's really outnumbered. Then they took my locust with level 7 evasion out with 1 headshot, which also is kind of funky. So let's start again. Alright, see? So now we have 2 enemy lances versus 3 enemy lances to start out. That's a much better starting scenario. So I don't do that very often, but I don't want to give myself a complete disadvantage. So we got a Panther, 35 tonner, and a vehicle to start out with. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to keep our evasion. I'm not worried about getting my weapons to bear here with the Locust, because the Locust is just going to do a sensor lock. I want to thank everybody who's joining the stream. We're doing a fresh start today to practice for our real fresh start that is going to be a week from today. So let me explain. So a week from yesterday's, there's going to be a update in this game. It's going to be a very significant update. So I'm doing a fresh start just to get used to playing in the early phases of the game, because the update we're going to get is going to be pretty significant, and it's going to increase the challenge of the game based on what I hear. So we definitely want to be on our A game as far as fresh starts for the fresh start, if that makes any sense. Alright, so we have a sensor lock on the Panther, so that's where we want to take our next shots. Alright, we'll do a sprint here. Alright, so we got a 50-50 shot with our large laser. Not so good with our SRM2s. Let's take the shot. And of course we missed on the large laser. That is pretty much par for the course there. So since we have this Panther sensor locked and isolated, we want to try to take advantage of that as much as possible. Is that a... Ooh, I think that might be a Shadowhawk with a thumper. No, it's a 35... Oh, that's a Hollander. That's a Hollander with a thumper, I think, is its weapon. That's my guess. Alright, so we got to keep in mind there's a thumper on the field, I think, that's in a Hollander. Trying to figure out what your enemies are is always a priority for this game. Always, always, always. Yeah, I think this 35 tonner there is a Hollander with a thumper artillery piece. So Cypher, does it make sense that we're doing a fresh start to practice for my fresh start? I know it sounds a little strange, but we were just playing, we were just having fun fighting the clans anyways, so we might as well have a fresh start to practice for the real thing. So that's my thought process. I don't know why our hit percentage was so low against the Panther there, other than the fact that the Cicada is so garbage. I can't believe I ended up with a Cicada and a Locust as my dice roll for the mechs. Whoa! Oh, come on. Come on. There goes our Locust. Oh, man. I'm telling you. Some of these early starts are just brutal. Alright, we're going to power through. Alright. This Panther would be decent salvage here. wish we were shooting at his other weapon arm, but we'll get by with what we got here. Alright, now we got our Griffin. Let's set up our Griffin here. Yeah, I'm glad that makes sense, iCypher. Also, iCypher, I'm going to get into some Baldur's Gate 3 because you had interest in that. We're going to be doing that. I need to understand what the best time is for you because you're one of the people that was really interested in that game. So what's the best time for me to play some Baldur's Gate? I'm thinking in the afternoon in the United States. So for roughly 4 p.m. On the West Coast of the United States. I'm not sure what that translates to in Australia. Yo Handler 2, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate that. You are entered into our Funko Pop giveaway along with everybody else. So when you give us a follow, you're entered into our Funko Pop giveaway. The more you follow us or interact with us, I should say, because you can only follow us once, the more you have entries into the Funko Pop giveaway. So if you are actively engaged with our channel, you're going to get more chances to win. All right, let's do a sensor lock on the Panther. Let's see if we can just finish off this Panther sooner rather than later. Because then we got a whole bunch of vehicles we have to fight through, which is a real pain in the butt. At least we could do some melee against the vehicles, unlike when we were playing again as the clans. We can always resort to melee. Alright. Alright, Fire Bee. Let's keep you working on this Panther. Not the weapon arm I'd like to be going for. Oh, engine destroyed. Okay. How many parts? One salvageable part. Alright. I mean, the first job we have is to get the enemy off the field. That's always job number one. And I want to appreciate everybody for joining our stream. We've got a pretty good number today. I'd encourage everyone to get involved in the chat room. Oh, we got a Raven. That's nice. That's nice salvage right there. I'll take that Raven. You'll notice my green screen is a little off. I've got to play around with it. We just set up a brand new studio. So I should have that fine-tuned before we do our next stream, which is tomorrow. Or maybe this afternoon. We'll see. All right. What are we going to do with our cicada here? It's amazing that a cicada has high evasion, and yet it always seems to get hit. I don't know if anyone else has ever noticed that. But it feels like... Oh, come on. Really? Hostile reinforcements? I mean, I'm outnumbered. I'm outgunned. I've got crappy mechs to start with. But, you know, I should stop complaining and just start killing, right? And we completely missed the Raven there. That Raven's got high evasion, so... Oh! They killed their own Raven. That was fortunate. Hey, we'll take any break we can get here. All right, the Kentaro's going to go Stompy Robot. On that Saladin. Cicadas are cursed. Yes. All right. So we got a good vehicle, quick vehicle destroyed there. That is what we needed because the enemy is sending more forces our way. So We need some luck to happen right now. All right, that was lucky. So, iCypher, let me know. You can either send me a whisper or let me know in the chat what a good time in the west coast of the U.S. would be if I was going to play some Baldur's Gate. Because I know you're interested in that. I need someone who's experienced in the game to help me with that because I've never played that game before. I've played a little bit off camera, but it's definitely going to be a situation where I could use somebody with experience to help me out. Especially since you were very interested in that game. So I'd like to make sure we time it for you as much as I can. So we have some good people in the stream. I'd love to see more people in the chat room. That also gets you extra points for the Funko Pop giveaway. So I really try to keep track of who is involved in the chat when it comes to streams and try to give you extra entries into the Funko Pop giveaway. You could do the bare minimum, which is just... Oh, cicada. Oh boy. The cicada truly is cursed. Alright, we're not in a good situation here. Not in a good situation. Let's do a sensor lock on that Hetzer. Just increase the chances that when we go in and stomp on it, that we'll actually hit it. Okay, I'll talk to IMG and see if he's available. One of the challenges we have actually is IMG is actually streaming on our channel now. He's doing some great stuff. He had a lot of fun with a retro gaming night last night where we played, or he played Masters of Orion 2, which is a classic game. I really enjoy that game. Sometimes it's tricky for us to be on each other's streams, ironically, because we're trying to get as many streams as possible out there in a day. So I don't know if he'll have availability to help me out, but we'll see what happens. I'm sure I could find my way through the game without too much trouble, but you were really interested in the game, so I want to make sure that it's at a time that you can come and watch the streams. Because we really like to be engaged with our followers on this channel and get you involved in some of these choices. Alright, so we lost our medium laser for the cicada, so we have one medium laser left. I can't believe the cicada has really high evasion and it still gets shot every time. It's amazing. Alright, so we have a spider. Sadly, that would be better than half of the mechs that I have right now. Yeah, we got to get rid of that Hetzer. That Hetzer can cause a lot of trouble to us because of that AC weapon that it has. Oh, there's the Thumper. Oh, that's the Hollander with the Thumper, and it just killed my cicada. I cannot believe the start that we're having right now. So we have 3 mechs left. Yeah, I think what's happened is we're on a 1.5 skull planet, and this might just be too much for us. I don't want to do a charge. This might be too much when they're throwing multiple enemy waves at me. Let's see if we can pull this out. Not liking our chances. Alright. We need to get lucky. We need to get some quick kills. Because I got 3 mechs left. The Firebee's already really... Oh, jeez. Hi, IMG. Alright, we're going to do a load. We're going to do a load. Hi, IMG. So what we're talking about here is I'm doing a fresh start to prepare for a fresh start, if that makes sense to you. I think what happened here is they started us out on a planet that's just too high level for what we're up against here. We need to go to a planet that's like a half skull or a skull. Hey, you skewed one. We're doing a fresh start. I don't know if you heard the news, but for BattleTech Advanced, the next major update is going to come out a week from tomorrow. Yesterday. You had heavy so long you forgot to use lights. No, I got stuck with some pretty crappy mechs to start out, IMG. And I started out in a 1.5 skull planet. I think we need to find a planet that's more in line with what we can handle. So let's navigate. I've been spoiled by clan tech. Maybe. No, I mean, I'm not this bad. I think we got some bad dice rolls here, and I think we need to find a planet that's a better starting point for us. Let's see. What I need is something that is a little less squishy. Here we go. We'll go to Panzer. We'll go to Panzer here. It's 16 days. Alright, so what that actually does is before we get too far into our travel... Oh, BTA live fire exercises. Yeah, we'll accept the invitation. Oh, alright, so we can take our crate. This will help. So we're going to take the crate. Maybe we could get rid of that cicada. Oh god, I got the Icarus 2. I hate the Icarus 2. Ooh, we did get laser AMS though. We did get laser AMS, but then we got stuck with an Icarus 2. And anybody who knows me knows that I hate the Icarus 2. So before we complete this travel, let's take a couple of our mechs and play around with them since we're going to have a couple weeks of travel. We're going to take the Narc launcher off of this Kentaro. That does me no good. We're going to take the ammo for the SRMs and put them in the legs. That's pretty intuitive. We're also going to get rid of this... We're also going to get rid of this LRM-5 because that's a useless piece of technology. LRM-5. And we should be able to add on a couple things. So first of all, heat was a significant issue there. So let's put in a couple heat sinks here so we can manage our heat a little better. Well, no. The Icarus is better than the cicada, so let me be very clear. The Icarus is definitely better than the cicada, but it's still pretty lousy. But hey, we're doing a fresh start here, so beggars can't be choosers. So let's do the SRM-4 there. Alright, so that'll increase a little bit of our firepower. We're definitely going to be using this as a brawler, so let's maximize the armor. Alright, that gives me 1 ton left. Alright, let's look at... Cicadas can be awesome. Now I know you're trying to sell me a bill of goods. Alright, so that's a better mech than we had before, so we'll go with that. All right. Let's look at the Icarus. Is there any... The problem with the Icarus is I can't really do too much to make it better. All right, we can take the AC-10 off. I think we have ammo for AC-5. Yes, we do. All right, so I can take the AC-10 off. Take out that AC-10 ammo. We can put in a AC-5. And throw in our AC ammo. Alright, so we're going to take off the jump jets. Why an Icarus has jump jets, I have no idea. So we're going to do that. We're not going to leave the armor, the ammo in the legs. Okay, so that's... Alright, so that gives us 8 tons. So let's maximize the armor. And put on a medium laser. And that's pretty much all. Oh, okay. So we can actually do a small laser in the head. All right. So that gives us a better Icarus than what we started with. Okay. So that's probably all the mech changes we can make right now. All right, let's head off to Panzer. So, no reloading twice. All right, Askewed One. Fair enough. You know I don't like to do that, but I was overconfident and I ended up on a planet that was a little too high skull for my started. Alright, so... Okay, so... Alright, so we got our Merc news. We'll go ahead and accept that. Alright, let's get in one...
Hey boss, we just completed those upgrades.
Alright, so we got our power conduits done. So what we're going to do, everybody, is we're going to do a fresh start of this fresh start a week from today. Oh, okay. So we're going to do a fresh start of our fresh start a week from today. And the reason we're going to be doing that... Oof, this is expensive, but... yeah, I can't afford that. I can't afford that. You know what? We'll do the training modules. I can afford that. So we're going to do a restart of this restart a week from today because the game is going to be updated next Monday. So this is kind of like a practice run. We're just going to have some casual fun for a week. I'm light mech rusty. Oh boy, IMG. You know what? I have a little bad luck on one planet, and you're ready to just throw me down as being a bad player. That shows me your loyalty, IMG. I'm hurt. I'm hurt. I really am. Yeah, no pilots here that I really are better than what I have. And I don't have a lot of money right now, so I should probably just focus on picking a mission, right? Because we've got just enough time for one more mission. Alright, so we can do the BTA live fire exercises, which are not where we are. We could do a blackout. Seek and destroy. Let's do a seek and destroy. Here you go. We could do a duel. Nah, I hate duels. Alright, let's do a... We'll just do a quick battle here. This is going to be our last mission today. Because work is about to start and I already screwed up twice. So, alright, so the Icarus is undertonned. So the Icarus is going away, or the cicada is going in storage because the cicada is just completely useless. We'll put Tainted Loki in the Icarus, and let's deploy. Have I thought up a name for the next Merc company? So I'm not too worried about that. I think I'm going to go for our new playthrough, which is a week from today, with the new update. I think I'm going to go with Blackwatch. Blackwatch is one of my favorite stories in BattleTech lore. So I think what we're going to do is our backstory is we are going to be former members of... We're going to be generational relatives because the Blackwatch happened hundreds of years ago in the game. We're going to be generational relatives of the original Blackwatch, working to try to make the Inner Sphere a better place. So that's probably going to be the backstory for my new company when we do a fresh start a week from today. So once again, a week from yesterday, there's going to be a brand new update to this Suited Warriors. IMG really wants me to start out with battle armor just to make me completely miserable. So that's something I'm going to say. So an actual backstory, yeah. So that's what we'll do. So we'll do the Black Watch as our backstory. Relatives of the original Black Watch, trying to make the Inner Sphere a better place. So that's what we're gonna do. So let's get a mission in really quickly because I have contractors arriving in about 30 minutes because we're still working on our house. As you can see, we're getting closer to getting back to a fully prepared studio. I need to tweak my green screen settings. As you can see, but I wanted to play, so there. All right, so we have a destroy. All right, so we actually get to destroy one enemy lance instead of fighting 3 enemy lances. My global crook salvage. Tell us, Askewed One. Tell us about your backstory for your mech company, because that sounds fun. All right, so let's just move towards the enemy. One of the many reasons I don't like the Icarus is it's so darn slow. So I can already tell you the Icarus is going to be left behind by the rest of our mechs here. Let's see if we could get one successful mission in before the end of this stream. How about that? You know, I always get so excited when I get the heavy metal crate. And yet, every single time, I end up with the Icarus. I have a theory that Bloody Doves, the developer of the game, programmed it so I would always get an Icarus. I'm sure that that's not true, but it always seems to happen that I get stuck with the Icarus.
Roger that.
So, Skewed One, tell us about that. We have lots of people in the stream today, so I'd like to encourage everybody to get involved. If you have any questions about this game, if you have any questions about our channel, we're pirates and we salvage from our battles. Isn't that every mech company? Most mech warriors are murderous hobos. That is very true. All right, so let's keep our locust super evasive here. We're just doing some scouting with our locust to see what we're up against here. All right, so we got a Jenner. That's some good salvage. We got a locust. And we got a 35 tonner and a something in the distance, a 35 tonner. So this should be an enemy force that we can handle without too much trouble. So since our locust is by itself, we're not going to sensor lock. So we'll just go after the Jenner here, see if we can start picking it apart. If I could actually get into some fully unsanctioned military actions, we'd be even more crooked. Our stream, with Masters of Orion, in case anybody wants to go back and watch the recording. That was a very fun stream that you put together on one of the great classic strategy games of history. So, Masters of Orion 2 was a gorgeous, for its time, game. It was very, very advanced. Oh, you take all the pirate contracts you can find, though, even if they run dry pretty quickly. It would be really hard to try to become allied with the pirates because you're almost always fighting pirates when you're fighting for all the major houses. So that's one of the big challenges of going for a pirate backstory, is it's going to be hard to keep yourself in business. God, this Icarus is so slow. I don't think this Icarus is going to get into this battle at all because it's so darn slow. Alright, let's push up our Contero. He's our heavy hitter for sure.
No shooting, just running.
I mean, I'm excited that I got a Contero to start out, but then I got stuck with a Cicada and a Locust, so there's that. Eco NP, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate that. All right, let's keep working on this Jenner. Not a good hit percent chance here. Maybe we'll hit with a couple missiles, or none. Yeah, that's one thing I always tell new players of the game is don't ever bother paying for black market access because it becomes so expensive that it's a complete waste of time. I mean, when the pirates are charging you like 3,000% of a price increase, the weapons have no value because you're never going to get them. You're honored against the pirates? How is that possible, Skewed One? I mean, I do think of you as a pirate personally myself. And some other things that I'll say off stream. But that does surprise me that you became honored by the pirates. You must be fighting in pirate space to even have a chance at that. Alright, let's do a precision... Let's do a warlord here and a precision strike. Oh, and I can't hit the weapon arm, but I can hit the leg. So let's do that. We'll hit the leg on this Panther. Why is it every time I choose precision strike, I miss? Precision strike has a different meaning in this game because when I select precision strike, it does not happen. So... maybe if I hit done, there we go. Alright, let's get the Kintaro in position here. We might as well keep working on this Panther. We gave our Kintaro a lot more firepower and a lot better heat management. So that should bode us well here. So, Skewed One, give everybody like a quick synopsis of what you did in Masters of Orion yesterday. And I really like, so IMG, who's one of the streamers on our channel, he's one of my partners, he is now doing retro gaming Mondays. So we're going to take he's going to take old DOS games, dust them off, and then get them back into the rotation, which should be a lot of fun. So IMG says, Masters of Orion 2 was put out in 1996. Today's 4X games utilize a lot of the same features that began with Masters of Orion 2. So, I agree. It was really fun to watch that. It was really impressive to look back at IMG Masters of Orion 2 and realize that it really was a very complex game for its time. The depth was on par with what you see with 4X games today. Obviously, the graphics are not particularly exciting compared to what we have today, but so that should be a little. So IMG, are you gonna continue with that playthrough next week? Because I think that would be kind of cool to just play at least through one game of each one of your retro games before you go on to another retro game. But that would just be my 2 cents on what you can do to try to have the most fun in these retro games, is to play one all the way through. I think that would be a lot of fun. Right, Big T 9662. Thank you for the follow. Really appreciate that follow. Thanks, Skewed One, for getting rid of Big Follows. I think Big Follows just wants to get one of our Funko Pops. That's why they keep coming in and trying to steal our viewers. All right, let's keep working on this Panther here. Sometimes I forget how long these early missions take because your weapons are just really painfully limited. So this is really good that I'm doing a practice run for my fresh start because, as IMG said, I'm a little rusty. I'm a little rusty with some of these newfangled light mechs. All right, let's hit that Hollander. The Hollander has a heavy PPC. I've never seen a Hollander with a heavy PPC before. That's kind of an interesting take on the Hollander. Actually, it's a really good take on the Hollander. I wouldn't mind having a Hollander that has a heavy PPC. That really makes the Hollander a much more interesting mech. Because the one weakness of a Hollander is that it always runs out of ammo quickly. So if you have a Hollander that has a heavy PPC, it's not going to have the ammo issues, and it's going to have a lot of firepower. So that's actually a pretty good combination, I have to say.
Ready for orders.
All right.
On the move. Full speed.
All right, let's keep hitting this Panther.
I have it.
As you can see, our morale is really low, so it's going to take a long time for us to build precision strikes. Otherwise, I would take out the weapon arm of that Panther. The heavy PPC, I like the heavy PPC. It gives you a lot of positives. You get the sensors impaired on your targets, which is always great. And then it has decent firepower, and you don't have to worry about weapon ammo when you have a PPC. So that's a pretty solid weapon. I'm hoping, number one, it doesn't do too much damage to me. Fortunately, it missed. And number 2, I'm hoping we can get that as salvage. In a perfect world, we could get a headshot, but, you know, let's be realistic. That's probably not going to happen. All right. Kind of in this funky spot here. All right, let's just keep hitting. Let's keep hitting the Jenner. Ooh, we have precision strike available. Alright, let's hit the leg on this Jenner, hopefully. Get knocked down. No! Oh, man. I can't believe we did a precision strike on a severely damaged leg and we didn't get knocked down. That's kind of synonymous with the early game here. I'm really glad I took the time to do a fresh start. Because I do think I was spoiled by playing all those missions against the clan. I'm really glad I'm taking a fresh start now before we start the real fresh start where I might have only battle armor. Skewed 1 wants us to do a battle armor only fresh start, which even Bloody Doves on his stream said he didn't recommend it because it's going to be very hard. So I think IMG wants to set me up for failure. Yeah, the green screen needs to be adjusted. IMG, I think somebody may have played with my profile and messed up my green screen. Oh, that's right. Sorry. IMG wants me to do a battle armor only start. And, you know, I mean, I'm not opposed to giving it a try because I'm excited about battle armor. You know, I wouldn't mind having a couple pieces of battle armor. I'm just not sure if I want my whole company to be battle armor. That's a tough road to climb. Although I did say at one point I would be happy to start with just some APCs just to really see how much of a sadistic person I am. Alright, that Jenner's going to try to backstab our Locust. Actually a pretty good move on his part. Fortunately they missed. Alright, we got about 15 minutes to play. And then we're going to have to call it a mission one way or the other. Or a stream one way or the other, just because I need to get to work. And I have to let some contractors in before I get to work. Oh, another Jenner. So theoretically, we could get enough parts to put a Jenner together. That's right. It is masochistic, not sadistic.
Wait your command.
All right, Kentaro. Let's see. Let's go for a kick on that Locust. Try to offset its evasion. There we go. Nice hit on the Locust there. Maybe we can get a quick kill here. Let's see. Nope, not enough for a quick kill, but we did get knocked down. Yes, I did notice that IMG. That might be something on my end. Looks like a visual bug. Yeah, I think it is a visual bug. All right, let's team up on this Jenner here. Wasn't me. I have not changed any settings in your profile. I'm just giving you a hard time, IMG. I think what happened is is I got a new green screen, a brand new green screen. It's really nice. But with the green screens, you have to kind of calibrate each one. Like there's no default green screen setting that gets it perfect. So that's what I need to do, is I need to spend some time. But I literally put the green screen up 10 minutes before we were starting the stream. So it was either perfecting the green screen or doing a stream. And I think you know what I'm going to choose. So the green screen should be fully back to normal tomorrow. We're slowly working to a fully functional office / streaming room. So I'm really excited about that. All right, there we go. We got an ejection on the Jenner. That's good. 3 parts. That means theoretically there's 2 Jenners on the field. So theoretically we might get a Jenner out of this mission. Probably not. Yeah, the color is not set yet. Yes, exactly right. As IMG will experience when he sets up his green screen, setting up a green screen can be a very time-consuming experience. Let's get behind the enemy here. And get some hits in on that Hollander. I don't want to destroy that heavy PPC because I would like to get it if I can. Yes, I'm not in clan max. Kick them and remove their evasion so you can hit them. Yep, I agree completely, IMG. Like I said, I'm a little rusty, which is why we did this reset before my full restart next week. So by next week, I should be in a good place as far as using my lights and mediums. Oh, come on. That was a real dick move, Jenner. Language, yes, I know language, but this is an adult stream. So when the enemy makes a move like that, I'm going to call it out as a real you-know-what move. And you can get upset about my use of language, but that's what we're going with here. All right, so let's kick this Locust. Just a little light rust, just like on my mechs. My mechs have light rust, and I have light rust. Come on, Locust, die. All right, good. Locust, die. Good. All right. We have 15 minutes. Let's see if we can finish off this map. What are the chances? Might not be so bad, actually. This first enemy lance is on its last legs. Don't want to overheat. You know what? That should be fine. We should be able to shoot that. Yes, I like the good pun. My light mechs have rust, and I have a little rust as far as piloting light mechs. Hey, anybody who knows me, I know how failable I am, and I'm not one of those people who can't accept when I mess things up, and I take responsibility for when I screw things up. Probably my time in the military led to that. In the military, you learn very quickly not to make excuses. You just accept responsibility and ask for forgiveness, because nobody in the military wants to hear any excuses. They just want to hear you say, yes, I'll do better next time. All right, we can actually hit the weapon arm on this Panther, so let's do that. Not enough. So I'm excited to do my new playthrough a week from today, which is kind of why I decided to do a fresh start today. Because to be honest, fighting the clans is fun, but I don't think it's as fun to watch. All right, Alright, so if this Jenner's gonna backstab me, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna backstab him. Ha! Take that, Jenner. Big jerk. That's right, I said it. He's a jerk. He has no honor. So the question is, if I'm going to do a all battle armor start, I think I have to pretend my backstory has to change. It can't be the Black Watch. It would have to be a group of former elementals who have journeyed into the inner sphere to try to attain honor, and that's why they're all fighting in battle armor. That would be the way it would have to be. If we're going to do a battle armor start, then I have to have a backstory that reflects that battle armor start. That's the only way to do it. And that could be fun, because I could take my original pilots, if they're not VIPs who you can't change the name, I can actually change the pilots to clan names. That would be kind of fun. That would be a fun way to start a stream. I'm not saying it would be fun to start out with all battle armor, but if we're going to start out with battle armor, then I'm definitely going to do a backstory that goes along with that, if that makes sense. Because I do like having a story for your company. I think that's a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, I think if I'm doing a battle armor start, it's going to be, we have to have a backstory about how we ended up with just battle armor. So, you know, a bunch of former elementals who have been discarded by the clans, I think would make for a cool backstory. All right, let's kick this panther. See, IMG, I'm picking up. I'm getting back into the swing of things now. All right, there we go. There's an ejection. I still think my first start was just really bad luck. My first planet that I jumped on. I was on too high of a planet for the mechs that I had available. This is much more manageable. Alright, so we just have 3 more enemies to kill. Can we kill those enemies in 9 minutes? Before we have to end the stream? That is the question. Alright, let's get into the rear of these other enemies. Yes, I'm relearning how to play the game. You do get spoiled by having clan technology. There's no way around it. That's just a reality. Ooh, nice hit on that locust there. Oh, we took out a leg. Very nice. Nice, nice, nice. I think after the bad first mission, we're kind of recovering very nicely here with this mission, because this mission is much more viable. Sending me against 15 enemies when I have a cicada and a locust as half of my lance is not really that fair of a start. IMG. I know you think it's just all rust, but come on. That was a lousy first start. 15 against 5. Or no, sorry, 12 against 5, and half of my lance was a locust and a cicada. I mean, come on. Who's going to succeed in that environment? Let's be realistic. All right. All right. All right. Good hit on the Hollander there.
Yes, Commander.
All right. Let's push up with our Kentaro, so we have choices. Yeah. IMG. So my first mission, I was on a 1.5 skull planet, first planet, And I started out with a cicada and my locust as half of my lance. So that's not realistic. Come on. Come on. Give me a fighting chance. I don't need it to be easy, but give me a fighting chance. That's all I'm asking for. Alright, Griffin. What can you do for us, Griffin? You have to go for the Hollander. Good hits there. I would drop out without the locust, so you would rather be short a mech than to have a locust. Is that what I'm hearing, IMG? I hate the locust, but at least it could do sensor locks for me. In fact, let's do that right now. We'll do sensor lock on that Jenner. At least the locust can do sensor locks for me. So it's not a complete waste. It's pretty bad, but it's not a complete waste. Alright, let's see. Let's move up on the rear of this Jenner. IMG would actually be short an enemy a mech just to not have a locust. I mean, there's an argument to that. I agree. Alright, let's see what their locust does. Yeah, I could have probably kicked the locust. But the problem is the Fire Bee just doesn't have a lot of melee strength. Alright, let's see if we can finish this mission off. But I'm really excited a week from today, so we're going to do a full restart on our career mode. Ouch! Are you kidding me? That Hollander just wrecked my Kintaro. What? So we're going to do a full fresh start. So if you show up at 6 a.m. Eastern Time a week from today, you can actually help me set up the settings for the game. So if you're interested in that, please join me at that time and we'll have some fun. Priority 1, kill the locust. IMG, are you going to put me in a locust when we play Mech Warrior 5 on Wednesday night? That is a plug, by the way. So Wednesday night, we are going to be playing Mech Warrior 5. IMG, you don't have to be there. You can join us for after the setup. Because as you know, the setup of a new game usually takes about an hour. So if you don't like the setup part of a fresh start, then just show up at 7 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, and you're probably going to see the actual gameplay. Yes, Chamasuki, thank you for joining us. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. So the update that's coming up a week from today, or a week from tomorrow, is there's a fix for the overheating enemy mechs, there's a change for gunnery, and we're going to have battle armor. So that's going to be a significant restart, which is why I'm doing a fresh start for my playthrough. Alright, good hits there on that Jenner. Hopefully he ejects. Yes. Alright, we got 2 salvageable parts. So theoretically, I think I have all the parts for a Jenner on the table. The chances of me getting all those parts, that's another story. Alright. Alright, good hits on that Locust. And he ejected. Alright, all we have left is this sad Hollander. Alright, let's go for melee here. Because I really would like to get that heavy PPC as salvage. I don't know if I would give up a mech part to get the heavy PPC, but I would like that heavy PPC. Mohammed 20044, thank you for the follow. And Drip Freezy, thank you for the follow. Everybody who follows our channel is entered into our Funko Pop giveaway each and every month. If it's on Amazon and it's less than $20, you can tell me what you want and I will give you a Funko Pop. Or you could just say, hey, I'd like Halo, which is a nice pitch because IMG is going to be streaming Halo 3 later on today. See what I did there? So at 7 o'clock tonight, West Coast time, IMG is going to be playing Halo 3. So what he could do is say, hey, I'm going to be playing Halo 3 later on tonight, and I would like a Funko Pop for Halo 3, and I would find one for him. All right, let's see if we can finish off the leg here. That should be it. There we go. Two salvage parts. All right, so we've succeeded in completing this mission. So let's just pretend that first mission that was aborted didn't happen. Our company just succeeded in its first victory in its mission to improve the mech company and get rid of locusts and cicadas. All right, we actually made a decent amount of money here. All right, so let's see. We need to repair the Firebee, the Icarus, and the Kintaro. The Locust is fine, ironically. All right, so let's look at salvage. We only get 2 salvage parts. So, is the heavy PPC? Yeah. I would love to get that heavy PPC, but we can't just take that as our salvage. So let's actually take the Jenner parts and hope we get lucky. Yes, so IMG is going to do a Halo 3 playthrough co-op with his buddy. So we got a Hollander, a Jenner, and a Panther part. A couple medium lasers and some cores. So, not bad salvage. So we're going to continue this playthrough tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Unless I can get on later on today, then we'll continue this playthrough with a bonus stream tomorrow, this afternoon. But most likely, we're probably going to be continuing this on at 9 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. So please join us for that, and we will see you then.